Hi, my name is Arlene Blake. I am the founder and executive director for Women on the Rise International Incorporated. I will say that, let me start over. Sorry. Hi, my name is Arlene Blake. I am the founder and executive director for Women on the Rise International Incorporated. We are a 501c3 nonprofit women's empowerment organization based in Orlando, Florida. We focus on career development, personal wellness, financial literacy, career development, and entrepreneurship. I was born in Charleston, South Carolina, and I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. I made my way to Orlando, Florida by way of UCF, Go Knights. I was not pursuing the nonprofit field. I actually was focused in law. I managed a law firm for about 8.5 years in Orlando, Florida. Post that, I decided to go into sales. And because of personal tragedies that I faced in my life after losing both of my parents to cancer, I found my way into the nonprofit space, recognizing that there was a need and an opportunity to create environments where women could be very supportive of each other in a group atmosphere, allowing for them to support each other both personally and professionally. And that is really where Women on the Rise came from. Challenges over the years that I have faced in this space. Well, in the nonprofit arena, it is a personally rewarding role that I play in working within the community, but it may not always be financially rewarding. So, usually the struggles have everything to do with having the funding that is needed to support the programs that we are putting in place to support the community and being able to also take care of oneself. Advice for women that I would give in their careers. I definitely would say you need to have a support team as you're building your career. That can look like having mentors, sponsors, a therapist, as well as a coach. And so I'll give a case in point story. Um, in 2014, I had lost my father to esophageal cancer, and I decided to go into sales at that time. And um, I enjoyed the idea of building relationships with people, but actually having to I don't want to say lure, but I'm going to say lure them into making a transaction with you is a little bit different. And so I found myself in a space where I was drowning in the territory that I was managing within my sales career. And I was having a hard time communicating with my leadership team on what was needed in order for me to be successful in my role. And I found myself in this deep depressive state. I had lost my parents. I was hating my job at this point. And so I decided to seek out therapy. In therapy, I was able to figure out that I really just needed to put everything in alignment. And that was going to result in me making sure that my career was going the way that I needed it to go in order for me to find that personal fulfillment for myself. So I hired a coach, and that was also a recommendation in therapy. So this business coach that I hired was able to help me to articulate the conversations that I needed to have with my leadership. Therapy helped me to handle my emotions in dealing with these situations. But both of them together allowed for me to be able to go from the bottom of the barrel in our territory to becoming the number one salesperson in our whole Southeast region in an international company. That was huge. And that all came from me having that support team around me. So, one piece of advice I could give is make sure you have your team, your community built around you to support you in your career.